Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is your daily horoscope for 30th September 2021, which is a Thursday. But before we begin, I request you to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you can be notified every time I post a video. And I do daily video horoscopes, weekly video horoscopes, and monthly sun rising sign video horoscopes and the monthly sun rising sign video horoscopes for the month of October are on my channel now. And if you are interested, you can watch those. So let's talk about what's happening in the astrology today. And the first important thing happens at about 7 a.m. Pacific time. Now, if you are elsewhere in the world, you can always convert the Pacific time to your time zone to know when the energy is going to happen for you. And what's happening here is that the moon in the sign of Cancer is opposing Pluto. The moon is our inner heart and soul, it's our emotions, and in the sign of Cancer, the energy is all about finding our comfort, finding our home, spending time with family, friends, and connecting with our deepest emotions. And Pluto is the planet of transformation, of catharsis, of healing, of endings, of beginnings. But in opposition is a stressful aspect. So, this is a moment here where we could undergo an emotional transformation. We could go a catharsis when it comes to our emotions. And these emotions could be the deep seated emotions that we have. It could be connected to our family, it could be connected to our closest friends, it could be something connected to our home. That's because the moon is in the sign of Cancer. Or it could be something connected to how we nurture ourselves, how we take care of ourselves. And this aspect here is also making a square to Mercury, right? Both the moon and Pluto are squaring Mercury, and Mercury went retrograde on September 27th and a few days ago now. And Mercury retrograde is a period of review, it's a period where the past comes up for us to reprocess. And Mercury retrograded with a square to Pluto, right? So this Mercury retrograde is a retrograde that will be transformative, that will help us dig deeper. And now, why I am talking about this is because the moon is aspecting Mercury, it's a square. So, this is a moment that we might feel really stressed, not just in our emotions, not just in our inner heart and soul, but also when it comes to our logical mind, when it comes to our routine, our health, our job, our lifestyle, our social media, all Mercury things, because Mercury is being highlighted, right? To sum it up, this energy will require us to transform something emotionally as well as transform something when it comes to our thinking, our communication, our social media, our health, our job, our lifestyle. And the transformation to our mind, our thinking, our communication, our health, our job, our lifestyle is a process, which means it's not going to happen immediately, right? Because throughout the retrograde period till October 18th, we will be working on this slowly. But what we are transforming in a major way, in a powerful way, are our emotions, the moon, because Pluto is opposing that. But somehow it is connected to our mind, it is connected to our routine, it is connected to our family, it is connected to our home. So that's the energy. And this energy might feel stressful, but stressful aspects in astrology bring about change, they bring about growth, they lead to transformation. And the question of transformation is very prominent because Pluto is there. Pluto is transformation. So that's 7 a.m. Pacific time. And then moving on at about 4 p.m. Pacific time, we have something that we've been speaking about, and Venus here is squaring Jupiter, 90-degree angle. Now, Venus is our love, it's our relationships, it's our projects, our self worth, our values, our skills, our finances. All these things are ruled by Venus, right? And Jupiter is a very optimistic energy. It's an energy that expands anything it touches. And in this case, they're making a stressful aspect, right? So it could be that All Venus things at this point are magnified, are brought into focus. Our love, relationships, projects, self-worth, value, skills, and finances. Alternatively, we might not feel very hopeful, very optimistic, very happy with our Venus things: love, relationships, projects, self-worth, value, skills, and finances, because Jupiter is squaring this energy. And if we are not feeling very positive about Venus things that I just mentioned, this energy is asking us to change something. It's asking us to adjust something so that we can feel good about these Venus things again, right? Because a square requires us to adjust things, it requires us to change things, and eventually it leads to growth. So that's what's going on with Venus. And this energy can feel quite stressful because Jupiter is a lot of energy, right? And if you are feeling a little less hopeful, if you are feeling a little less optimistic about Venus things, there are many, like relationships, projects, self-worth, values, skills, finances, then adjusting something might restore that hope, joy, and optimism. Alternatively, this could bring about a lesson, because Jupiter is also lessons. This could bring about lessons when it comes to our relationships or projects or self worth or values or skills or finances. And transformation is highlighted here, but this is a moment where the transformation is stressful, the change adjustment is stressful, the lesson is stressful. However, Venus is going to move on really soon, and it is going to sextile Pluto, which means as we take that first step, right, as we make that initial adjustment, the transformation will flow quite easily because Pluto will sextile Venus. Pluto is the planet of transformation. Sextile is an aspect that is positive. So today might feel stressful when it comes to Venus things. And the goal is to make changes, make adjustments so that we can regain that hope, optimism, joy. Alternatively, we might learn a lesson that might not feel very easy so that we bring about these changes. And moving on at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Sorry about that. Yeah, at about 6 p.m. Pacific time, the moon is going to change signs. Now, the moon changes signs every 2.5 days, and when it does, the focus in our life, the energy in our life shifts in subtle ways. The moon in Cancer was an energy where we wanted to go within. It was a very introverted energy. A lot of focus was on our emotions, on our family, on our friends, on taking care of ourselves, taking time out to rejuvenate. But the moon in Leo is very different. Leo is an energy that is very extroverted, right? It's very fun loving, it's very creative. And that's what the moon likes to do when it's in Leo. It likes to create, it likes to have fun, it likes to go after what it loves, right? Leo is also the heart. So that's the energy for the next 2.5 days. We'll want to have fun, we'll want to engage in our hobbies, we'll want to create things, all that sort of fun stuff. However, I do want to mention the moon in Leo is opposing the Saturn in Aquarius energy, and it does so every month. So on one hand, we do want to have that fun, we do want to follow our heart and indulge in fun things. But Saturn in the opposite sign is opposing the Leo energy, saying, hey, you need to work hard as well, you need to make commitments as well, you need to decide things as well. And Saturn can also restrict things, right? So in many ways, with the moon in Leo, what might happen is that we might want to follow our heart, go after what we love, indulge in fun things, be creative. But we might feel this intensity of Saturn saying, hey, but you have the work. What about the work that you have to do? What about the commitments that you have? And that feeling can make us feel restricted. So that will be the energy for the next 2.5 days. On one hand, wanting to do all these fun things, but on the other hand, a feeling of feeling tied down, a feeling of feeling like I have so much on my plate. I have to make these commitments, I have to take these decisions. So that's the energy. And again, with an opposition, the goal is always to balance it out, right? So if we work towards what we love, if we follow our heart with and commit to do those things and are willing to work hard, then we might be able to balance this energy out. And to be honest with you, the moon really does not like making aspects with Saturn, because Saturn is a very different energy. The moon is our emotions. Emotions like to go with the flow, right? And Saturn is the opposite. It works, it's hard work, it's discipline, it's decisions, it's commitment. So it can feel a little difficult for the next 2.5 days, work wise. So just be mindful of that. And it's not negative. Again, the goal is for us to really be able to find out if what we love. Okay, let me phrase it differently. The goal with this is to find out whether what we love is truly something that we can work really hard towards. Now, if the answer is yes, then the energy is integrated. If the answer is no, then we might really need to take decisions, make commitments to other things, that we might love and that we are willing to work towards. And that's pretty much it for today. That being said, Mars is in opposition to Chiron. It is going to come exact tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. And at the same time, the moon will be in an exact opposition to Saturn. So this energy can feel very, very intense, 6 a.m. tomorrow Pacific time. And Mars Chiron opposition, let me talk about this energy really quick, because we'll be feeling it today, right? We will be feeling it. Mars is the planet of our drive, of our energy, of taking action, of making things happen, of moving forward. And Chiron is our pain. Chiron is our wounds. So with this energy, we might feel like, I want to move forward, I want to take action, I want to do these things, but I'm wounded. I feel the pain, and the pain or the wounds are not letting me move forward. However, in an opposition, the goal is always to integrate these two elements and make them work together. And in this case, what we need to do is say that, okay, I have these wounds, I have that pain, but I'm going to move on. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to take this action. It's not going to drain my energy, whatever this pain is, whatever these wounds are. And in that, there's healing. So, because Chiron is also healing, but at the same time, the moon is opposing Saturn. Now, this can feel like a lot. So, this will be tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Our emotions will undergo some sort of commitment, some sort of decision, some sort of hard work. We might just need to work hard on our emotions or our emotional patterns. But this can be a very intense energy. So just be mindful of that. And this happens at 6 a.m. tomorrow, but we are building up to it from today. And Venus here is getting ready to sextile Pluto, and we're going to see that happen very soon. I do want to mention again, Mercury is retrograde. It is not the best time to start new projects, sign new contracts. Communication can slow down and gadgets can malfunction. Alternatively, if you were born with Mercury retrograde, you'll find that your communication, your thinking has more clarity during the retrograde period. It will come out of retrograde on October 18th, and this retrograde will require us to transform Mercury things, right? Because it was in a square to Pluto, and it will also lead to a blessing or a realization or a lesson, the transformation process. And during retrogrades, the past comes up for review. So if you want to think about the past or review a project or review something from the past connected to Mercury, you're not even connected to Mercury, connected to where Mercury is in your chart, where it's transiting, then that's a good time for that. But it's not the best time to start something absolutely new. And that's all I'm going to say. I will give the highlights of 2021, the energies that we deal with on a daily basis, that we are working on. And the first is the Saturn-Uranus square of 2021. Now, this square is something we're seeing after 21 years, so it's a rare thing to go through, and this energy is asking us to change. It's asking us to embrace the new and embrace our authentic self. And since these planets are squaring, the process might feel a little challenging. So that's the first thing about 2021, that it's a year of change. It's a year of getting rid of old structures, patterns, behaviors, anything that doesn't serve us anymore, embracing the new and also embracing our true self. Second thing about 2021 is that it is a year that we will lay the foundation for two astrological cycles that started in 2020, the Saturn Pluto conjunction and the Saturn Jupiter conjunction. And we will build these cycles around for another year and a half till 2023. So 2021 is a lot about change, it's a lot about building, it's a lot about embracing our true authentic self. And that's the big picture of 2021. I will pick a card for today. So let's go with that. Okay, let's go with that. Okay, something fell out. Purpose. I think we got this card 2 days ago as well. And it says, I know what I am here to do. And I think this is another reminder that in the midst of all this intensity, we must not lose sight of our purpose. If we stay true to our path, our purpose, then everything kind of starts to make sense, you know? So I think today is another day where we need to remind ourselves of the big picture of our purpose. Our purpose here is souls, and this also ties into the theme of 2021 of finding out our true authentic self, because our purpose is connected to our truth, right? Who we truly are. Nobody else can do our purpose. It's only us. So we need to remind ourselves of that today, because it can get intense today. We have a lot of squares, we have a lot of oppositions. The moon's going to enter the sign of Leo. We are building up to the Mars Chiron opposition, which comes exact at 6 a.m. tomorrow. So today, and there's not really an easy aspect today, so to speak. So today is a day of a lot of adjustments we might need to make, a lot of intensity we might go through, but at the end of it, there's always growth, there's always evolution. And if we remind ourselves that what our purpose is, then we might be able to deal with the energies better. So that's all I'm going to say. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you all tomorrow now. Bye.